Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Guns for Hire. Welcome to the gun shop here on You Always Win. Now I'm going to talk about Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. If you hate Call of Duty, and I don't know what happened, but somehow you got tricked into clicking on this video with Call of Duty Advanced Warfare in the title, I don't know who they are, but you give me their name and we'll sort this out, because I don't know how you got on here, but we thank you for your view anyway. All right, enough kidding aside. I am going to talk about Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. I always just find it funny when you see new games, and whether it's Call of Duty or not, you always see those game trailers, or even just a game about, like a playthrough or something, and you've always got those people that are commenting on there, oh man, I hate this game, I can't believe it. I'm like, oh my goodness, like, did you randomly come across this video? Was this like fed? It was like, here, watch this random video. You don't know what it is. It's going to be a big surprise. Oh, it's a game you hate. I don't know why you click on it. I don't go on YouTube looking for videos about things that I hate and go, man, I'm going to watch that video. I hate that game so much. I'm going to click it. I'm going to let everybody know how much I hate it. Anyway, so today's story I'm going to be talking about, and of course links to this will be in the description below if you want to check it out yourself, is the size of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Now every year, no matter what the game is, and even with Call of Duty, we usually see PC specs, minimum requirements, that sort of stuff there. So I have both the PC and the Xbox One for Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. There are some things that I'm kind of questioning as well, and I don't really get why it has to be so big. I have a certain understanding of it, but again, there's certain things that baffle me. Now, in the PC game itself, what they talk about is it requires 55 gigabytes. Now, the other specs, you can check them out yourself. The graphics card, I think it's 6 gigabytes of RAM, which is abnormally high as well. And I believe on IGN, it recommends 4 gigabytes of VRAM, which is a little bit strange. Nonetheless, those are what the minimum requirements or recommendations are. And in the comments for the PC size, they're like, dude, like, why is this, for such a low graphics card, why is it 55 gigabytes? Now, I don't know if that includes, we're going to need space for the DLC content that we have it already created and aren't going to release until you pay us $15. I'm just saying, Activision, maybe try just giving away the DLCs for the year. Maybe you get more people playing your game throughout the entire year if they knew that the DLC was actually included. Huh? Think about it. Possibility. So anyway, what I was reading in the comments was like a response. Some dude was like, oh, I can't understand it. Why is it 55 gigabytes and it's only requiring this graphics thing? And someone had replied like, dude, you obviously know nothing about PC gaming. The resolution has nothing directly to do with the amount of space required. Now I know, listen, I'm no expert technically, and I actually have my own questions, but at the same time, I look at that and I think, okay, dude, obviously you don't know anything about videos, because there's a lot of cutscenes. No matter what you're watching, the campaign, you get a lot of cutscenes. And the cutscenes are technically video. Like, they're pre-recorded, they got audio and they got video, and they just basically play them at a sequence. Now think about this. If you're playing it at 1080p, when you watch a video, if you downloaded a video before, the standard definition versus the high definition, there's a monumentous difference in the size of the file. You're talking about 3 to 4 times the size. Like a standard movie is like, what is it, maybe 1.2, 1.4 gigabytes. And then if you get the high definition, it's like 4 to 5 gigabytes. It is, or maybe that's 2 to 3 times the size. So I can understand why there would be a difference in the size, why there would actually, it would be bigger. But let's face it, on the consoles, for the Xbox One, it is 48.5 gigabytes. Here's where I don't understand. There's probably a difference, but we know already, if the past is going to predict the future, and I don't even know if these have been out, if they've already talked about it, I don't know, I don't really care. And I'm not getting into a resolution argument here, but I'm using it to sort of support what I'm about to say, and that is probably, in most probability, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare on the Xbox One is not going to be 1080 at 60 frames per second. Maybe 900p, and I'm hoping it's 900p at 60 frames a second. But, and even for the PS4, arguably, is not going to be 1080p 60 frames per second. We see that maybe on the PC side. So if that's the case, how is it, if the dude is saying that he's right, it's like resolution's nothing to do with it, it's just the game, it's the way it's programmed, blah, 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 which, obviously isn't entirely true, but what is the huge difference? Why is there such a huge difference in terms of the size of it on Xbox One versus Xbox 360? And the reason why I say specifically Xbox 360 is because it uses dual-sided DVDs. So the maximum size that it can be on there, which as far as I know is a single disc on the 360, is 7.8 8 usable. It's 9 some odd gigabytes total, but there's always a certain amount used for the Xbox 360 and programming and all that other stuff, security, blah, 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 blah. So only 7 gigabytes usable. Now, if that's the actual game, I can't see how cutscenes at 900p or 1080p, let's just say that the Xbox One and the PS4 are going to run 1080p, 60 frames per second for the new Call of Duty. I can't even say it. No, it's not going to happen, but you know what I mean. The difference between that, I can't see that being accounted for like an additional 40 gigabytes. What is it? Is it a different engine that they're using? A different programming? In all honesty, I don't know. If you guys are experts, and I know some of you are, and some of you say you are and you actually aren't, but you think you are, but it doesn't really matter. Sometimes you hit it, you know, it's like a random throw and you get it right. I want to know from you guys, and if you do actually understand this, if you're a developer or you found an article somewhere or whatever, please let me know. Why is there such a huge difference between a playable version with, I guess, the same engine, 7 gigabytes on the 360 versus 48 gigabytes on the Xbox One? I can't see that being just the cutscenes running at a high resolution. I don't know what the difference is. I don't know why it's there. If some of you can explain that, I would be grateful for it. But anyway, those are the specs. Really big game. I'd seen games like Uncharted and The Last of Us on, you know, the PS3 being, and Metal Gear back in the day on the previous version or previous gen, yeah, we'll call it previous gen, on the PS3 being 50 gigabytes or close to that. But those games are huge and they're like major productions. And I was like, you know, you can see it in the game. They were amazing. And listen, I love Activision. I'm not bashing your game. I love Call of Duty. You guys know that I love Call of Duty. But is it really 50 gigabytes? Is it the movement now? Is that taking up? Like, is it that much bigger? At the same time, being able to be put on a single DVD for Xbox 360, I don't get it. Am I missing something here? Follow me on Twitter. Let me know. Seriously, I'm baffled by this one. Let me know on Twitter. That link is in the description below. If you want to read the articles yourself or just the specs, those articles are in the description below as well. Hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching.